A big what's up to everybody. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the state of the Philadelphia 76ers going into the playoffs with about 4 games left in the regular season. I was going to wait until next Sunday when we face the Pistons again, which is the actual last game of the year, to actually make this video. But I mean, there's really no point in that since we already know who this team is at this point. But anyway, sub a brother up for more unique Sixers content because you know what we do here. Be on the lookout for some live streaming content during this playoff run. Yes, sir. And or miss. We're going to try something a little bit different. That being said, without further ado, let's get to the video. So in my last Sixers analysis video, I told boys that we would know who the Sixers team is by the end of the month of March. And oh boy, what can I say? Going into the actual postseason, this team is the ultimate wild card. During that month, we had a few good joints, a few good wins like the actual Heat game, as well as the Charlotte joint where we won by like 30 points. But we also had some piss poor performances too, such as the Nets and Pistons losses. And I'm honestly still pissed over the Nets game even after like 3 weeks because that was drawn. Since the Harden trade in the middle of February, the Sixers are first in free throws made, tied for first in free throws attempted, first overall in free throw percentage, tied for 10th in blocks. They are 6th in plus or minus, 9th in defensive rating, 6th overall in net rating, and 9th overall in true shooting percentage. Take for that what you will. Anyway, what I have seen is that this squad can hang with any team in the league when they actually put their minds to it. Look at the Bucks and Suns game. Always being right there in the fourth quarter against 2 of the best teams in the league last year, the actual league finalists. But we still do not have that killer instinct, that Mamba mentality. So these blowout leads, in my opinion, are kind of concerning, but it does come with the growing pains as this is a new team, which is honestly wild and crazy and not good, nor can it be an excuse because we do not have time to be playing around. Unfortunately, it is just the reality, both sides of the coin that we have. This team is top 5 talented enough to make a championship run, but the lack of cohesion and chemistry is going to be the biggest question within the next few months of 76ers basketball. No, I do not trust the bench at all, and it is evident that they need to be upgraded this offseason. That, my good people, is our Achilles heel and the last piece to the puzzle to make us actually become a bomb squad. I'm already comfortable with like, you know, Joel and Harden on the floor together. Their chemistry and their fit has been seeming seamless. I'm fine with that. But they have no one to help them, you know, hold the freaking lead, or at the very least, keep the lead plateaued. That's a bad joint, yo. So the only boys that I'm keeping for the bench next year is Niang, B-Ball Paul, Bassie, and maybe even Isaiah Joe. Everyone else can dip. Like, I'm sorry, but boys can dip because we don't have time to, you know, wait for development. Championship now or bust. We need athleticism, 3-and-D sharp shooters, and for the love of Sam Hinkie, a bully veteran such as a Morris Twin, PJ Tucker, or a Crowder. It is clearly evident that this organization has an ingrained losing culture as a result of the process. Peep all these blowout leads we have had, the lack of pride, kiddiness, and passiveness all over, yo. Like, it's annoying. Win these freaking games because y'all have the talent and ability to do so. But in other news, it seems like the collective fire Glenn Doc Rivers movement has began. And I mean, I already told y'all that this bull was a fraud earlier this season, so there's nothing really else to say. Even though, I will say this, I lost 3 subs when I dropped that video in the beginning of the season, and I want my retribution, contribution, restitution. I'm not sure what it is, but nah, yo, like, if you are one of those lovely 3 folks who actually, you know, unsubbed the channel during that time, we will welcome you back with open arms. Just know the bull was right. Obviously, he is still one of the better coaches in the league right now. And also, like, I don't want him to go because I feel like if he gets fired, they're going to bring in D'Antoni, who I am not a fan of at all. So we better hope that Glenn figures his ish out, because the D'Antoni hire might be the final nail in our coffin. I don't know. I'm just saying what I think. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not. I do find it interesting though how like he's like now going back and like forth on the actual Harden acquisition. You know, one day saying, oh, we like need him to be a actual facilitator, and the other day saying that he needs to be more aggressive on offense. Obviously, both can be true, but like, which one is it, Mr. Head Coach? Harden's job is to get the bench going as well. So I don't like the fact that like Glenn is now saying, look, screw that, you know, get your points, Beard, which can help. But at the end of the day, at least for playoff ball, yeah, actually, you know what? Scratch that. I'm going to still keep that in, but yeah, okay. Anywho, this team is going as far as Joel and James Harden takes them. Like, it is what it is. If you are expecting the bench to be an important factor come playoff time, you are setting yourself up for disappointment, and I'm not doing it. This run is honestly going to depend on luck. If we get the right matchups, we are going to the chip. If we get the wrong matchups, there's a possibility that we can get out in the first round. Not saying that we are, but with the cohesiveness that's currently have, anything is possible. Going into the actual playoffs, I just need this team to win about 50 games. I'll be confident somewhat. Now that is even in jeopardy because we just lost to the freaking Pistons. We'll have to win 3 out of our next 4 games to hit 50 wins, and if that happens, the squad would have won above 75% of their games with James Harden on the team, which is a good joint. In other news, I still got Joel Embiid winning the MVP and brings it home to Philadelphia if the Sixers end with a top 3 record in the Eastern Conference when it is all said and done, as well as if he gets the actual scoring title. I know that there has been a lot of, chatter this last week about Jokic and Giannis making final MVP pushes, but nah, bro, like the actual narrative guys are on our side this year just because of the whole number 25 fiasco. I honestly wouldn't be too stressed about it, but I mean, you are you, and you can do whatever the hell you want. Also, shout out to the boy Toby for finding his stride in the offense, yo. Like, Bulls was throwing hella salt on his name for the last few weeks, and recently, he's been telling y'all to hold some franks. I'm finna go get some crumble cookies this week because of you, big bro. Shout out to the boy Toby. I told y'all, yo, patience is a virtue, young Padawans. It's a virtue. So, I'm going to leave you with the playoff picture with a week left in the regular season. We're almost done, Sixer fans. Play to win the games, and we'll see where we end up when it is all said and done next Sunday. What is the story of this season? Well, that's easy. Growth and development. Number 25, sabotage. Off to a good start, but then COVID messed everything up. A 1, Tyrese Maxey stepping up in the place of Mr. Benny 1 point. Tobias did get in his feelings for a bit, but he came back even stronger. We eventually got James Harden. Throughout all the while, we had one man named Joel Embiid, MVP'd, carrying this squad. I want to thank everybody for pulling up and listening to A Brother Think. Like, comment, share, subscribe for Sixers Fiend if you feel so inclined. As always, them boys are mad because the process worked. My name is Kain, and I will see you next time. Peace.